Well, my next guest is a regular on the program. I want to introduce back onto the show Paige Heavey. She is the president of Paige Heavey Fine Properties with Coldwell Banker. Paige, thank you so much for being back on. It's so great to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
So Paige, normally when you're on the show, we are talking about Scottsdale, but today we are highlighting and showcasing Phoenix. Tell me a little bit about this area.
Okay, I'd be glad to. You know, Phoenix and Scottsdale are only separated by Paradise Valley, but actually they're quite a bit different. And if you were to say Phoenix is a bit more urban, quite diverse, and Scottsdale is a bit more relaxed. A lot of golf courses in Scottsdale, and it's nestled beautifully into the desert. But Phoenix is a lot bigger. 1.6 million people have chosen to live in Phoenix, and there's lots of good reasons. So I thought we'd use today to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, definitely. So is Phoenix really that much different than Scottsdale?
You know, it is, and I've lived in both Phoenix and Scottsdale, and I have to tell you, there's a lot of neat things about both. And specific to Phoenix, you know, there's pockets of excellence, truly outstanding public, charter, and private schools that really prepare and send kids to college with some great scholarships. So schools in Phoenix are excellent. Commute times are great. We'll talk a little bit about that. And the culture is a really fun vibe. It brings a lot of intellects there.
Definitely. I want to actually have you expand on that for me. Tell me a little bit more about the culture in Phoenix and comparing the two, Phoenix versus Scottsdale. How is the culture different?
I will. I'll tell you what, Scottsdale is viewed as a little bit more hip and trendy, you know, but Phoenix has got its own really good vibe as well. There are events that have been going on for a decade called First Friday. That attracts people who like to go down and do art gallery hopping, listening to live music and such. So there's a nice urban vibe in Phoenix, and that's a big part of it. The other part of that culture is that it's quite welcoming and friendly. A lot of people move to Phoenix from all over the world, and I tell you, that's one of the things they tell me, and one of the things I experienced is that it's really a welcoming and a nice place to be.
Now, you mentioned traffic a little bit ago. Does Phoenix really have some of the lowest traffic congestion? Is that true?
That is true, thank goodness, because it is pretty spread out. But out of the top 20 U.S. markets, Phoenix is ranked #1 in terms of the least traffic congestion. So for people getting downtown or in other places to work, it really isn't that bad at all.
Well, if we haven't sold Phoenix enough for our viewers, you actually have a beautiful property that you wanted to showcase for us today.
Oh, good. Thank you for bringing that up. This particular home, it's in one of the top 5 walkable neighborhoods in Phoenix called Medlock Place. It was originally developed in the 20s, so it's got some really cool architectural styles. It's nice and green and lush. It is only a block away from Central Avenue, where we have national parades that go down there. And I've got to say, some of the schools there within biking and walking distance of this particular house in Medlock Place are the best. Private and public and charter, as I mentioned, really preparing kids well for college. And then specific to this home, it's a beautiful English Tudor style. It's energy efficient with solar powered. It just got a brand new kitchen earlier this year. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, really beautiful as you drive up. It's got a stately appearance, and it's priced quite competitively at $200 a square foot. So it's really a great opportunity for somebody, Jen.
Paige Heavey, always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much for highlighting Phoenix today for us.
Thank you.
And feel free to follow us along on social media. We love to interact with our viewers, and you can reach out to us on the American Dream Network.tv, of course, and we will be right back with more of the show.